Hey guys, sorry if the audio's a little wonky. I'm outside, but I mean, technically this is where I started when I first started making my videos 6 months ago. So I don't think y'all niggas care as long as y'all getting videos. Plus, I'm gonna upload this whole immediately. So y'all niggas are gonna be like, videos? Boss made more videos? And niggas be crazy with that shit. But enough of this. Uh-oh, I hear somebody moving. Let me stop talking. They'll think I'm weird. Oh, okay. All right. So, this is literally to probably capitalize off of the World War III memes. This is gonna be what if Deku had a army quirk. And so how this quirk is gonna work is, let's get into it. So Deku would be like, you know, young age, and his so like beforehand, like let's say he's about 5, so he got a little bit of Bakugo's bully. He's going to be just reckless, right? He's just gonna be like a crazy little kid. Not nearly as, you know, what's the word for it? Not nearly as nice and lovable, I guess. He's just gonna be like reckless, and almost like a miniature Bakugo in a sense. He's not an a-hole, he's just, you know, just breathing and stuff. And so, but around a certain time, a villain attacks near when him and his mom are at the grocery store, and the villain just went stupid, go crazy. But he had like a bomb quirk. Let's say he gets captured, so he's not even introduced anymore. Hold up. So let's say the villain throws a bomb, and that bomb was near Deku, but Deku was able to get away in time because his mom used her quirk to pull him away. But when the explosion went off, Deku screeched and like went into like this weird mask like panic. And so he just went like complete ape, just screaming and everything, dude. And it was dumb crazy, right? So when he did this, in that moment, he literally had a mental overload because the quirk he had activated, which his quirk is an army quirk. So it's any and everything pertaining to our version of an army. And I'm in the US, so I don't want any of y'all UK or other people be like, what do you mean? So pause. By the way, completely off topic. If any of y'all ever watch NoFap videos, good for you if you can do it. But don't be too taken off by some of the stuff, because you see how I got this glow. I can say you can get the glow too. There's one YouTuber in particular that does that. You can easily fake that. Like if you looking at me right now. Hold on, I got in the sun real quick. I know this is off topic, boys. I'll go a little over my 10 minutes. Right there. Right here. You know? I can say you can get the glow too. It's just good lighting. Anyways, Deku literally has like just immediately is overwhelmed with knowledge of military tactics. It even goes past the US, it goes to Chinese, all these different tactics on strategies and all this type of stuff. Deku wakes up after a month of being incapacitated, and he's a changed boy. He made his bed up, super neat. He's almost like a battled ready or battled scarred general, right? So he's not necessarily war hungry, but he's just military Deku, okay? This dude now somehow knows how to fight very proficiently to hand combat with various weapons. He's an expert with guns, has dummy good precision. He's just God with the pen, God with the stick, just God's here. Not God tier, but just, you know, God's here. So how his quirk works is he's able to, one, know and automatically have understanding of war tactics. 2, knows how to make and use military grade weapons. And 3, this is his strongest part of his ability. He's able to spontaneously create stuff. Let's say they're not this way. I'm balancing, so it's not like he's just gonna shoot everyone. I'm gonna say it's a damage reduction, right? So the longer it takes him to make the weapon, the stronger it is. But most of the stuff he can make and stuff is military based, right? So he's able to make guns, grenades, a military grade knife. He can make some different types of sword. And once again, since I said it wasn't exclusive to US, it's also gonna be, he's able to make military katanas and that type of stuff. Now, he could technically make a bazooka within 2.2 seconds. But how much damage will it do? Probably not that much. But there's also a loophole around this. The smaller the object is, the less time it takes him to make it, right? So he can, in theory, make all the parts he needs for a sniper shorter time, and then make the sniper as he makes the parts and stuff. He can also add on to it. Hold up, give me 2 seconds. He could also add on to it or whatever, right? So what I mean by this is, let's say he was making something for 2 days, right? Depending on what it is, he can make it. Like, let's say he made his first gun, right? And he made that bad boy for 3 days, right? He would make it, he could like use the gun, but the bullets are a different story. Like, he can buy bullets for it. He can customize it to where they have like flame bullets. You know what I'm saying? So he's able to keep some of his weapons. Let's say he used a grenade. He might not be able to use the whole grenade over again, but he's able to get a piece of the grenade and recreate it. It will be pretty much as strong as the original grade he created, but it does take a good amount of energy. So it's not something he could spam. Like, he throws a whole bunch of grenades that took him a month to make, and he picks those bad boys back up and then just keeps doing that. It's not like that. It's more kind of like one of his safety measures. Or let's say he had a knife that he was, made for a couple weeks or whatever, right? And he does that. Then he throws the knife and he picks it back up. So he can use the time that he made that knife and make it into a katana of that same time. If y'all get what I'm saying. Because I do want everyone to understand what he can do. So this way, as he's shooting people or lighting people up, I had to think of something to make it balanced. Because when I was thinking of this bad boy, I was like, how am I gonna make it balanced to where he's not just one-shotting everybody with bullets? So this is why when he shoots people, his bullets can come out. He has bullets that take longer, but he like saves those bullets for like when he's actually in danger. But under normal circumstances, he pretty much has bullets that aren't like not nearly as powerful as bullets. I'm gonna say they're weaker than actual bullets, stronger than rubber bullets or whatever's really strong. I think rubber bullets hit pretty hard, or paintballs. So that's how we're gonna do that. So everyone understands. So when he's lighting someone up or airing it out, you know why. He can make Molotovs. He could, now bear with me on this one. He can make vehicles, okay? Now, before everyone says, oh, wait, it's not really that OP, okay? He can make airplanes and that type of stuff, but it takes a good amount of energy and likelihood, a good amount of time. Unless he can get parts and stuff, this will speed it up. Like, let's say someone gave him like an engine and a couple of tires. He would rearrange the structure of this move, with the structure of the tire and stuff, and it would take like a lot less time for him to make. Or let's say he's in an area where he needs to make some stuff. I'm gonna say he's able to shrink the stuff down and put them in capsule, kind of like Dragon Ball Z. This way he's always able to have the main bits of stuff he needs. So he's always ordering pieces and stuff. And since he's military mindset and stuff, which I'm gonna have it to a blend where he's strong and tough, like American military, but he has the mental of Japanese military, where he has honor. He's just not a muzzlehead, if you get what I mean. And for any of you Army people out there that are watching this, if I offended you, please correct me in the comments. This part isn't even just to get, algorithm. I'm serious. Just let me know, because I know some things about Army, but some things I can't say. That's part one. I hope y'all like it. Sub, do all that good shit. I'm gonna upload this one today because I want to capitalize on the World War III memes. This is gonna be part two. So what if Deku had an army quirk? The first part really was just me going over how the quirk worked, how it activated, and how that is. So he won't be like a musclehead completely. Hell, can y'all see it? Can y'all see it? Where the hell at? Hold on, I want y'all to see it. Can y'all see it? There's a plane off in the distance. Deku made that plane low key. But with him being able to make stuff and stuff, I'm gonna say he makes a good amount of money because this helps scientists make things. The only thing is it's gonna be military grade. So excuse me for the lack of knowledge, but I think the point is, I think I have enough information to get the point across. So it's not gonna be like a cheap katana or a cheap sword. It's gonna be fairly good quality, especially the longer he gets to make it. So the better quality, the more he gets paid and whatever. You know, I said he gets stack time. So let's say he made things of 2 days, or let's say he made something in an hour and something else in an hour, he could pair those together. Or he could take the time out of other items he's made. You know how smaller objects don't take long? He makes smaller items as a boy, throw them somewhere, put them in like a makeshift capsule he made, and just, you know, keep that time. And then when those times is up, he can instantly throw something out of the same time. And since this is true, this is also true for stuff that's been pre-established. If there's something, you know, made in 1976 and he gets it, he has all of that time of that item. So you know what I'm saying? So he's able to use his ability very versatile. Anyways, I think the point gets across of what he can and can't do with his ability. So with that out of the way, he does that. And hold up, let me get in real quick. I'll let y'all stay for this journey. So pretty much man's is able to do all this crazy stuff. So now let me get into his training resume. One, when his quirk activated, his physical capabilities and his physical potential skyrocketed to dramatic heights. So dude is already pretty strong for a 5-year-old boy. Now, on top of that, with him doing an extensive training, and he's also able to go to military places. Now, you might be saying, why? Well, when his quirk activated, he knew where all the bases was. He knew the passwords and all that stuff. So it's almost like he has this just weird knowledge of all the military stuff. With that being said, that means that Deku's able to utilize all this knowledge. And he goes in talking to the drill sergeant like, hey, we can throw some hands if you don't believe me. Because, you know, it's real simple with guys, right? You're either trying to see if you can have sex with it, kill it, or eat it. Those simple things. Sometimes maybe even fight it, all right? So he's like, here, I'll throw hands with you, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna say Deku just beats a dude, but he gave this drill sergeant, you know, a run for his money. We could say like people that are part of the army are like people that have quirks, but they're not powerful All Might quirks. Their quirks like able to see further, has enhanced physical attributes, you know, those types of stuff. So with that being said, Deku, you know, got his army membership, and he trains people. He's like, all right, aim 3 inches to the left, boom, 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 2 o'clock, there you go. Now what you need to be able to do, and since, you know, it's just target practice and all this type of stuff, he just shoots. Like he can shoot up there, you know, weak gun, because all it is target practice and stuff. And so he's basically supplying the military with different things, and he's like, hey, show me where all the old stuff is at. I'll give y'all some very basic, bare bones basic stuff. You know, I'll give you some bare bones armor, all that type of stuff. Side note, if any of y'all know anybody that's willing to do custom thumbnails for me, please let me know. I don't have any means of paying you right now. The only thing I'll be able to give you at the time being is, you know, a good shout out. And I'm not like a big famous YouTuber. I'm not a big famous YouTuber or anything like that, but I mean, I got 600 subs, and I said it in one of my videos, but it hasn't been uploaded yet. Thank you for everyone that subs to me. Thank you for everyone that likes my videos. Thanks for everyone that comments on my videos. I appreciate it. Yes, I can't thank every single one of y'all shaking your hands and all that stuff. It can seem a little hollow because I'll probably never meet a lot of you as of right now, but I do appreciate it because you took the time out of your day to watch this video. You took the time every day to like the video. Even though liking can only take 2 seconds, it matters because it helps me get better. Anyways, Deku's making some good money because people are getting military knowledge from him. He's helping them with strategies. Plus, he's like, I'm not just gonna tell y'all to kill these dudes, but y'all do this, get them to surrender. If they don't surrender, do what we know, do what we always do. Some of the younger dudes are kind of mad that this 5-year-old's like OP at this age for them, basically. Because what took them what took them years of getting basic understanding, he has that and some. So Deku's fucking, by the time he's like 7, he's pretty, you know, pretty ripped. He's got a pretty good handle on military things. He's got a pretty good idea on a lot of stuff. Like, he's putting in some good work. Like, he hitting those hoes. Like, Deku's just good. And he's neat, he's punctual, he's sharp, he's focused, he's calm-headed. Like, he's got all these dummy good attributes. And he doesn't have to worry about money. And he literally goes to other bases to give them some tutorials, give them training, help them out, and type of stuff. He goes there to do some actual good training. He's almost like a prodigy when it comes to army type stuff. Plus, he's really smart. And like, he has a lot of stuff going for him in this what if. When now we would go into his classes and stuff, and everyone respects him. They have no reason to. He has this strong, manly aura to him, even at a young age. The girls are goo gaga over this dude. Dude's just dope. That would get into, like, you know, middle school and all that stuff, but a lot of this stuff wouldn't happen because Deku's doing his own thing. There's nobody that would want to bully him. Plus, anyone that did try, he'll throw like a 3-second or a 5-second flashbang at them, then they'll leave them alone. Like, he's just like flashbang. And it's not like it comes out of his body or anything. He just manifests that bad boy and just. Plus, like, I believe he would be smart enough to train to where, like, it's not affecting him. So he's able to flashbang without his eyes getting hurt. Or you can make 2-second sunglasses. You know what I'm saying? Like, this ability's fairly strong. Bakugo doesn't even it's really weird because, like, they talk every so often, but, you know, they don't really need to be much don't need to be said to them. I'm gonna say he knows Todoroki due to the simple fact is Deku's pretty high up on the, you know, total poem of ranking and all that stuff due to his knowledge and his information, his capabilities and tacticalness, and due to Endeavor being the second hero, that is, you know, All Might, not necessarily because he didn't really care for All Might. He doesn't like people that, you know, over exaggerate and does all this extra stuff. He did when he was younger, but he's like an old man in a fucking 8-year-old body. He's like, you do too much. It's all simple. You get in, you get out. Simple. His diet consists of vegan diet and high protein stuff. He stays fairly healthy. He exercises regularly, and I'm gonna say he exercises like the Russians do. I think it's the Russians. Yeah, I think it is. So instead of doing like 3 days of where you're just killing yourself, they all the Russians, if I'm not mistaken, they do where it's like, let's say the Americans do 10 reps. 30 reps every day. Not every day, 3 days, right? So like 30 reps, 3 days, that's gonna be 90. So what the Russians would do is something to the effect of, it would be like 15 every day. So the first 3 days, that's 30, then 3 more days, that'd be basically what it is kind of like it's gonna overlap eventually. So you're doing less, but after the whole week is concluded and said and done, you've done more, but without killing your body. So I'd rather do this many amount every day and not hurt myself and still be able to function versus completely shattering my whole body and have to wait a while to recover, if that makes any sense. I did say I was gonna go a little bit over here. So he does work out fairly good and he's keeping up with his training fairly consistently. He's putting in a lot of work. So now we probably get junior high, girls love him. He's very popular. Half the time he's probably not at school due to him off making some military money or teaching or fighting some military dudes. The only people that actually can, do something to him is like higher up people on the higher ranks, because they're able to actually combat him due to lack of experience. But he has the experience. It's just more of lack of body movement. Like he has it up here, but not physically yet. So they're training him. He already understands the equality of the Quirk system and all that type of stuff. So he literally spends half his time doing research on other stuff like, who the hell is this Shoto dude? Has a quirk to control people. What the hell? Does some scouting out on this dude. I'm gonna say he's able to make drones and stuff too, where he can do some research on other people. I know I keep repeating myself, but like this quirk is just such a good quirk where it's a good quirk, but without him being OP. And if he did get one for all, it would probably be on some type of flow where it's like he's able to make stuff that's twice the quality half the time. But I'm dragging it on long enough. The next part will be, the entrance exam, and I don't know where I'll go from there. So I hope y'all like, like, sub, bell, put it in there, or whatever you want to put. Thank y'all. Love y'all. Hello, boys and gyps. I'm back with another video. And actually, if you see this, you'll probably know there's another video uploaded. This is a side video from me making my other video, because I made like a couple of videos in bulk. I haven't even really touched on this one. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So basically, we just got done discussing about like how Deku uses he can, he's super dummy smart. He researches people, the lack of equality, because I said quality in my video, but I think the point got across. People be bugging out and shit, dog, like dead ass, because people don't understand, and Deku sees it very clearly, but with further research and development, he realizes not everyone's gonna see it the same way. So I'm gonna say he knows about Shoto a little bit early on. As I said, he does know Todoroki. He's want to go talk to Todoroki. Him and them fought a few times, and Mans was kind of like he already solved that whole Quirk BS. Like, come on, let's get that out of the way. But now remember, this is while they're very young, and so I'm gonna say that this is where we're gonna actually get a first fight scene, or a real fight scene. Deku formally challenged Endeavor off rip. Manga spoilers, so if you want to skip a little bit further into the video, I'm gonna keep my finger up so you'll know that this is a spoiler for the manga. Basically, I'm gonna say they fought, right? And Endeavor and Deku fought, and Deku said, if you give me 5 minutes of preparation, I'll be able to beat you. Endeavor being how he is in a canon and how he is, he'll be the same way. He's like, whatever. Just because you got some army type quirk doesn't mean you'll be able to beat the number 2 hero. Blah, blah, blah. Talking mad heat, talking mad smoke. So he gives the dude 6 minutes. Now, you know what? 10 minutes. Deku says, at your funeral. So right when the fight and stuff begins, it's hilarious because you see Deku in like this fireproof resistant armor suit that's actually somehow light. It's not heavy on him or anything like that. And so the fight commences. Everyone goes at it, right? Deku says, all right, I remember you did ask for this. Deku cocks back his gun and says, well, you're the number 2 hero, so I shouldn't have to hold back much against you. He turns his back on. He turns his back on Endeavor. Endeavor charges at him. Oh, don't worry, we started already. Endeavor's like, you puny. Poof. The second that happens, bombs and stuff are going off. He even asked beforehand, like, property damage isn't a problem, right? And he does have a drone recording all of this. So, like, Endeavor's like, well, if I hurt you, I don't want to hear nothing about this. Might be used for blackmail, depending on how we go. And Deku's laughing. This is only the beginning. Endeavor's right behind Deku. Right before Endeavor's actually able to connect a hit, 2 flashbangs pop out of the woodworks, blinds Endeavor. That's why Deku was turned around. Because don't get me wrong, I'm gonna say he has a resistance, but not an immunity. Especially since these flashbangs have some more time in them. Once again, if y'all didn't see the other ones, I'm gonna link the playlist down in the comment section, or as I like to say, the information box. He can take time from other things, right? I'm not gonna say it's gonna be like any other things, but it's gonna be stuff like related to war or some type of electronic, but it has to be like not just some any old J electronic, like a military weapon or, you know, something of that caliber. Anyways, so these flashbangs are pretty strong. Deku walks past him while he's blind, throws multiple freeze grenades down, which they won't be able to freeze him, but it'll be able to hinder his power dramatically. And now note that Deku has not actually hit him once, okay? Why does he have this armor? Just in case. So Deku has not hit him once. So I want y'all to understand that he's not going to outpower him. He's going to slowly winder this dude down bit by bit. But enough of that. Let's get to the fight, because that's what we really care about. So freeze grenades are just going off in the background. Everyone, Todoroki, all of them are just like watching this, like all of the Shotos. They're all watching this like. And so he does that. Endeavor's like trying to, like, you know. So eventually he just burns pretty much a good proximity of everything around him. And he says, Endeavor like stops burning things. He looks around, sees a shitload of fire. Not a fire, he sees a lot of flour, like as in powder. I don't know if this was true. I seen it in a movie, which the dude basically made a miniature explosion. He said, hey, it'd be a shame if you was to blow up. Shoots a 1 second gun, because it's like it went from, this is how the camera angle would be, right? It would go, and then boom, it's already in his hand. Shoots a 1 second gun. I'm gonna say maybe like 10 seconds or some shit, you know? It was just enough to get the spark going. So what he did was he shot some alcohol down on Endeavor, but instead of actually hitting him, it hits everything around him. And he's like, it'd be a shame if you were to move at all, because, you know, the tiniest movement would set that off. He's like, you would think I'm scared of it, some flour? It's military grade flour. Endeavor, slightly confused. What you know, MREs and that type of stuff? So he's kind of like, what difference does it make? I take time to make my equipment. And so the longer I make something, the stronger it is when it does whatever it does. So if I made a military cake out of military materials, guess what? That cake would be very useful as healing or tasting, you know? And flour has more than one purpose. It could be used to make a delicious baked good that's vegan, or it could be used to make an explosion. He said, then he would go into like the scientific explanation of that shit, like, right? So he would be like, yeah, blah 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 blah, chemicals, blah blah blah, boom boom, and there was like, how long did it take you to make this? So let me get this straight. The longer you, because his flames are pretty much like toned down completely, so it doesn't burn, so the alcohol doesn't burn them. And he's like, so let me get this straight. The longer you make something, the stronger it can be. Most definitely. He thinks himself impressive, but he doesn't say it out loud. Furthermore, I don't think no pilcher flames will do this. Well, you did say property damage wasn't a thing. Throws back a lighter, Endeavor. Oh, you son of a... It's a big explosion. It's not like a city explosion or anything, but it's like a pretty big explosion. So everyone heard that bad boy. Everyone. He showed on everybody. They was actually scared they was gonna get hit, but when they, actually look, they have, sorry about that. Video got cut off. It's not really important to know why. But we're gonna continue this right where we left off the last one, where Deku is fighting Endeavor, and I'm gonna make this one a little bit longer than that last one because I'm trying to keep up with the 10-minute mark. Because when I do 10-minute marks, I typically make 3 videos. 3 video means 3 days of videos. So basically, big explosion happens. Deku pretty much protected Todoroki and the fam. So everyone's looking kind of puzzled, like, wait, did you kill him? He's like, oh, never that. I mean, if he truly is a number 2 hero, this won't kill him. Endeavor, visibly battle damage, and visibly, in actual peril. He's actually damaged. Everyone's slightly confused. Deku's like, presses a button. Mini RPGs pull out of the ground. He's like, yep. And I'm gonna say he's pretty similar to how he is in canon. I'm gonna say he's pretty similar to he is in canon, where he's a very good strategist and stuff. So with that being said, I'm gonna presume he's already gonna have like an inkling of where what the dude's gonna say and how he's gonna think and all that good stuff. So he's already gonna anticipate that Endeavor's gonna be like, nah, I'm not gonna give up, I'm gonna do this. So he launches the RPGs and then he's like, all right, I've played enough. He turns around, pulls out a backpack out of nowhere, which his backpack has all his ingredients and like he's practiced. It's similar to the gunslinger Deku, where he's like really, 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 really good with assembling guns at crazy speeds. But since supernatural for us is in bare bones level for them, his superhuman, that's what I meant to say, his superhuman's gonna be super like a lot higher. So superhuman for us is bare bones for them. Okay. So I'm gonna say he makes the weapon like really, really fast, and before Endeavor could even do anything, he shoots Endeavor in the head. It doesn't kill him. He shoots him with a specialized bullet, so it enables his quirk, and it also weakens him dramatically. And so Endeavor's like, he's like blowing a fuse, and he's trying to use his fire, but before he can do anything, Deku's right there, and I'm gonna say he does like something similar to his when he fought Bakugo in canon, to where he does like a judo flip, but like a lot worse. So it's gonna be like some army hit all these all these like weak points, and then flip him over, and then put like a shotgun to his throat. Says, I won. So I'm not gonna take your kid from you. I just want to talk to him every so often. Basically, he like beat his dad up to be his friend, but like, the only person that would make sense to is Todoroki. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna do it to where, so they're cool. I'm gonna say Uraraka and them. So after that happens, Todoroki talks to him, and Endeavor's mad. He's like, "How long will my quirk not be active? I am the number 2 hero after all." He said, "Oh, all you had to do was ask for the pill. We gave him a pill." The pill's shaped like a sensu bean. So with that being said, we got that, and then we also got it to where we got it to where him, Todoroki, Deku, Todoroki, they go visit Uraraka, and Todoroki helps, using his quirk. Seeing like his father would never do this. You're different than your father, all of that good stuff. So all of these people are already friends. Him and Bakugo actually train once in every blue moon due to the simple fact is, why not? Like, you got a pretty decent quirk. Plus his quirk's similar to army stuff. So Deku actually can make, materials and stuff for him that would actually help his quirk. We'll get into that on a future part. And then Deku actually wanted to go visit another person. And so he told everyone, y'all can go home or whatever. Everyone went away. He made sure everyone got home safe. So after they left and after they did their thing, we're gonna go to where Deku's at Shoto's school. Now, why is he not at school? Once again, he's military, he's smart, he's ahead of his grades, he's high school level freshman flow. So I'm gonna say that Deku comes through, and remember he's still young, so we're talking about like a 9-year-old Deku. So we're talking about a 9-year-old Deku going around doing his own thing. He has the rights to, he has money, he has status, he has power. He sees that Shoto is getting bullied for his quirk. And I'm like, Deku comes, looks at Shoto. I might be saying the dude's name right, but the dude with the brainwashing quirk. So I'm just gonna say brainwashing. I'm gonna say BW. No, that causes too much confusion. So, anyways, he pulls up to man and be like, "Why are you letting this happen? You want to be a hero, don't you?" He's like, "Yeah, but no, there is no buts." Deku with like a very serious tone and look in his face. You could control these dudes to stop. He grabs Shoto by like the throat. Look at me. And like he's looking at him dead as serious in the face. If you want to be strong, you have to train for it. He throws this dude like suplexes nigga down into the ground. You letting these weak people beat up on you. Hey, put these on. You're gonna put one. Right? Why put it on? Hope y'all don't like your eyes. Deku looks away. Flashes all of them. So these dudes can't see for momentary. Like they won't be able to see for the rest of the day. Keep that in mind. Those who have eyes that don't use them don't deserve them. Y'all only use your fist and stuff for not good things. Deku injects them with the vitamin D and all this other stuff to keep them healthy. Paralyzes them. I'm gonna say he paralyzes them by like throwing out like a shock bug or something. Okay. Now you might be like, okay, why would Deku do all this? He's an army person. And I don't mean recruit or mid-tier. I mean higher up. You gotta do what you gotta do. Plus, there's one tactic. I did get this from an anime, but using some reason and logic, it would make very much sense. When you're trying to, especially with dudes too, when you're trying to assert your dominance, I'm gonna make an example out of one of them. They'll all follow in line. Now, I'm not saying 9-year-old Deku's thinking this, but he's just like, he's trying to make an impact because you can't, basically this is what he says.
You have ears, but yet you don't listen. You have eyes, but yet you don't see. You have a mind, but yet it is not used. Sit here and think about what you've done. How would a hero proceed about this? Are you truly fit to call yourself heroes if you would really bully someone you deem weaker than you? Has slight flashbacks about Bakugo. Even though he didn't get bullied long, he got bullied just enough. And he's like, bites his lip a little bit. And then he looks at Shoto, throws him his card. I'll be here. You can reach me there if you want to talk. Sadly, Deku just does a Batman and he's like, hey, what's that over there? Looks, Deku's gone. Now Deku would just do what Deku does and train maliciously. And so he would just go out to a shooting range, shooting his guns. He has like not a permit to carry guns because it's his quirk. But I'm going to say he does have a hero license low key, but he just doesn't tell no one because no one would believe a 9-year-old saying he has a hero's thing. So he doesn't use a man-made gun. He just uses he uses guns that are already made, so he doesn't have to, keep using his ability all the time. And I'm gonna say when he takes the time for something, it like lowers the quality of it. So I'm gonna say it's still able to function, but so it's kind of like he's able to dual wield without dual wielding, if that makes any sense. Like he's able to copy something like a direct copy that keeps the time stored for the other one. But if he takes the time out of it, I'm gonna say it's gonna like make it to where it's like has like uses and might jam and all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Once again, since I cut the other video short, I'm just gonna make this one a little bit longer to make up for it. Even though no one really cares, I think y'all are good as long as you feel like I'm not cheating. I'll give y'all some wholesome quality content. But anyways, so Deku's doing some good training. I'm gonna say we're gonna go around like 10, 11. He actually has hair. Now I'm gonna say he has hair for spiritual reasons because I know the spiritual application of hair. And it's funny because I don't have hair right now, but if y'all remember back on some of my older videos, you look, your boy got some hair now. And it's like literally just like the very crevice of coming fully back. Because the second that bad boy fully grows back, I'm going to try to get these bad boys locked. Not locked, but I can get them twisted, even being this little. So I can have some baby dreads. But anyways, enough about me. I'm going to say Deku has like somewhat long hair. And we got to remember he is Asian, Japanese, whatever you want to call it. So his hair will be like just long. But I'm going to say he has it like dreaded up. Or braided up, but it kind of looks like braid, but it's dreads. And Deku's just doing his thing, making some good bank, doing some good training. He's and then you frequently would have different bits and flashes of where he's training with Uraraka, Todoroki, Bakugo. So these dudes are always training together. Now, Deku's very proficient with hand-to-hand and all these other stuff. So Uraraka and all these other people, they're not really gonna be able to deal with Deku because it's almost like fighting an adult. So half the time, it's just them all fighting him, and him giving them advice on how they could use the quirk. Him experimenting on them, basically helping them create gear and stuff. Because if he learned how to create gear, you know how much rich he would be. But then eventually Deku gets one of his drones flying over him. It comes down with a message saying he needs to help out someone of higher status. He has to go help two different people. He has to go help the Ingeniums, which are famous heroes for their speed like quirk. And he also got to help, I don't know what, I'm just going to say Momo. I don't know what her actual name is. I mean her last name. He needs to go deliver something for them. So he would tag these people along, but he's not stupid. Like, they're not ready for a full mission. Plus, they don't actually have their license yet. So he's like, all right, guys, I'm going to catch y'all later. he calls a helicopter down for these boys, and he's like, get these dudes out of here. So he goes out, and first he goes to the Ingeniums, and he sees Ida, and he sees Ida's older brother, and they're talking like they've been homies for a minute, because he helped Deku helped him out on a mission prior. So they're cracking up, and he's like, "Wait, aren't you the same age as my brother?" I was like, he's like, "Yeah, I think so. I think we talked about this last time we talked. What you need help with?" Well, see, look, here's the problem. I kind of messed up, and I need help finding and tracking this villain. He's like, "All right, Dad, look, this is all you gotta do." After Deku gets a bit of information, he tells Dude the strategy, and he's like, "All right, catch you later." And I'm gonna say Deku actually looks a little bit older than what he is too. So he's like, does your brother know how to fight or anything? He's like, no, not really. He's still work in progress. He's like, oh, okay. Okay. And then they just talk a little bit. That's pretty much it. And then he will go help Momo. And that's where I'm going to leave this part off. He goes help Momo's, and we'll continue.